Hello, I'm Jessica Buck, District Manager with the Montgomery County Conservation District. Each year we're pleased to participate in the Montgomery Awards. This year we're presenting the Environmental Stewardship Award for Excellence in Soil and Water Quality to the Wissahickon Headwaters Stream and Riparian Restoration Project. This project demonstrates a successful collaboration between several dedicated partners, led by the Wissahickon Trails organization through grant funding to achieve an impressive stream restoration project with dramatic environmental benefits.
So this site, which is actually a PECO power line right-of-way, the property belongs to PECO, and it provides a unique opportunity to reconnect the Wisschickon Creek with its floodplain. This is important for the hydrology of the Wisschickon Creek, for its ecology and health, because when the water can flow over the banks of the Wisschickon Creek and spread out throughout the floodplain, it reduces the volume of water that's moving through the area, it slows it down, and it allows it to perk. All of those things help to reduce erosion and sedimentation downstream, and it helps to improve the water quality of the Wisschickon Creek.
Wissahickon Trails' goal with this project was to reduce the sediment erosion from the stream channel, to reconnect the floodplain, to store some stormwater on the floodplain following storms, as well as increase native plant diversity and habitat for wildlife. So ultimately we selected the floodplain restoration alternative to meet those goals. And these projects typically require a lot of excavation of soil in the floodplain to make room for the stormwater, floodwater to spread out during storm events. Actually, on this project, we had over 7,000 cubic yards or over 10 tons of soil that had to be trucked out of here. Some of the structures that were installed as part of this project include, if you can see behind me, a riffle grade control structure, which is a rock structure that holds the stream in place and prevents it from eroding down into the channel further. It also provides habitat for aquatic species that prefer that riffle environment. Between the riffles, we graded large pools, which provides a location for the water to pool and the energy to dissipate between the riffle structures. A few other structures that were installed are a boulder toe that prevents erosion around that bank. And another structure that you can't see because it's underground is what we call floodplain sills, which were made of logs and rock on this project. And what the floodplain sills do is it prevents the stream from eroding around the riffles, or essentially creating a bypass channel around the current stream. The other major component of this project is the riparian vegetation. Since it's a PECO right-of-way, we can't have tall trees because we start impacting the utility lines and pools. So PECO approved of us using dense herbaceous vegetation, which would be things like grasses, forbs, wildflowers, as well as low shrubs. So we planted probably over 50 species of herbaceous native plants, over a dozen shrubs, and just a few species of trees where we had limited opportunity to install trees where it wouldn't affect PECO's infrastructure.
So we're really lucky in Upper Gwynedd Township to have such a great partner in Merck with our MS4 projects. The MS4 requirements are really important to keep our water quality clean as part of the Clean Water Act, and Merck really helps us with that. We work collaboratively to establish a list of projects, and this project completed here, this restoration project, took care of our entire TMDL requirements for the Wisschickon Creek in this permit period, which really saved the taxpayers a ton of money and resulted in a really important project that contributes to sediment reduction and improvements of the waterway and helping to reduce flooding throughout the township downstream.
In addition to the environmental impact of the project, the thing that's really stood out to me from my neighbors, friends, and that is just the beauty of what's happened here. They come to see this contemplated And the more that they understand the benefit to us environmentally at a very practical level, they're very supportive. And that's, to me, just a really important part of being able to talk about this project.
Through our partnership with Wissahickon Trails, we played a key role enabling this project by providing access across Merck property for crews and machineries to enter the PICO right-of-way, and contributed a portion of the funding for the project. This project is also a key strategic initiative in our MS4 partnership with Upper Gwynedd Township, minimizing the impacts of runoff in the Wisschickon Creek watershed. We support and applaud the efforts of Wissahickon Trails and this collaborative effort across vested stakeholders with a common goal to improve water quality and in-stream conditions in the Wissahickon Creek.
This project, absolutely would not have been possible without each and every one of our partners' support. Anything you want to add?
Just that I'm involved with the Planning Commission. I am obviously on the board of Wissahickon Trails. I know many people at Merck, and through the relationships that we've got, what I've observed is everything working towards a mutual benefit. And in this project, I'm seeing all of that come to fruition with regards to the beauty of it for all of our community members that come out here to the trail. On the taxpayer side, I mentioned previously the dollars saved in meeting some of the requirements for clean water. And just generally speaking, having done the comprehensive plan looking to the future, this collaboration, I think, is going to give a lot of benefits to our community.
Yeah, absolutely, John. And, these kinds of public-private partnerships, we had Merck, PICO, Upper Gwynedd Township, and then our collaboration was further enhanced by dollars from the William Penn Foundation, the federal dollars from the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation, state dollars from the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection. These kinds of public-private partnerships are essential when addressing complex environmental challenges like stormwater runoff.
It's not often that communities get to work so closely with different organizations on a project like this. And this was certainly a private and public partnership that we're really proud to be a part of.
Our company has a long history of environmental stewardship and compliance, and we realize that our strategy and efforts need to continuously improve for us to excel in an increasingly resource-constrained world. Leveraging public-private partnerships like this influences and supports impactful sustainability projects in our community. We value our trusted partnership with Wissahickon Trails and are aligned with their mission to improve water quality, reduce erosion, and provide wildlife habitat in and around the Wisschickon Creek to sustain it for generations to come.
The floodplain restoration approach that Wissahickon Trails embraced here, it's not the cheapest and always the easiest kind of project to get done, but it's the most, provides the most ecological uplift, water quality benefit, habitat benefit of the various stormwater and stream restoration BMPs. And as you can see, in essentially a year after construction, the wetland cells are functioning as designed, the stream structures functioning as designed, the vegetation as established. And it just so happens the project was tested with another extreme flood a few weeks ago, and the project's still doing its job.
So one of the things that's so exciting about this project is it's located right next to our Green Ribbon Trail, which is a 12.5-mile trail that runs from Upper Gwynedd Township all the way through along the Wisschickon Creek to Fort Washington State Park. So anybody can come visit this beautiful site. You just need to come to Upper Gwynedd Township and go to Parkside Place.
This successful project will benefit the environment, community, and Wisschickon watershed for time to come.